sin, then you jumping up and down. I even heard on one stage somebody said, what they getting mad for? You tell them the truth. You know, well, the people that probably got mad were the homosexuals, but you got all these spirit-filled people, but the spirit-filled people didn't see that demon manifest, right? Yeah. Okay. Right. That's a whole nother...
See, there's a whole nother show. Tamara, there's another show.
It's another show.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's what they do, and you know, that's just,
yeah.
You know, but they better stop.
Yeah.
They're going to be shut down. They're going to be shut down, and they need to just leave people alone. My thing is, if you're not going to talk about the adulterers, the fornicators, the liars, the extortionists, the thieves, don't talk about nobody. Don't single nobody out, because I know that one man on that stage, he got so much stuff going on with him, it's ridiculous. People telling on him left and right. I'm going to need you to shut your mouth.
I'm gonna leave that alone.
I know, me too. That's another show.
That's another show. Tamara, I thank you so much for calling me.
Thank you for taking my call.
Oh, you're so welcome with your polite self. Love you, girl.
Love you too. Bye.
We'll see you. Bye. That was a great Tamara Mills. Yeah. Y'all go ahead and call in. What's trending? What's trending today, this week? 773-675-5906. The phone line is back open again, y'all. It's back open. 675-5906. And yes, that was very interesting, what she was saying. Now, Michelle Thomas was saying people refuse to see and believe the deliverance of homosexuality because it goes against what they believe. And it's that they weren't born that way, as they try so hard to make others believe. It's their excuse to remain in their sin. And that's right. And we always hear the old adage, if you were born that way, then you must be born again. And there's no scientific proof that anybody was born gay, and the gay community says it themselves. We know that there's no scientific proof. Science is trying to find it, but they can't find any gay gene, what have you. So they just figured, well, we had to be born that way because there's no other excuse for us feeling the way we do. I hear their defense. I don't agree with their defense, but I hear their defense. And when someone believes something, that becomes law to them. And so when it becomes law to them, you're wasting your time trying to fight them. You just hear what they have to say, disagree with it, and see what you can do to not compromise, but see what you can do to encourage. And that's why the Apostle Paul, he beat up the church more than he did the world. I mean, he really laid it into the church. Because he figured, y'all should know better. What's wrong with you? You are on this side, and you acting just like, he says, y'all doing things that's not even named among the Gentiles, who were called the heathens. Okay? Y'all doing stuff that's not even named among them. And what's going on? So when you see these letters that Paul wrote, it seemed to be like, man, he really talking to them sinners. No, the Bible was written to the saved. It wasn't written to the sinner. But the preaching of the gospel is what saves man's soul. I think I got another call in. Caller, what's your name? Who are you?
Michelle Thomas.
Michelle Thomas from Facebook.
Yes.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I'm so glad to now get my friends to call in, and y'all's voices sound like you're intelligent on the phone.
I'm very intelligent in person and on the phone.
So you had to go there and put some adjectives in there. Well, shuck it darn. What's going on with you? What's trending in your mind today?
Nothing's trending in my mind today. I just wanted to call and let you know how wonderful of a job I think you're doing. You know, you're the trend. You know, on Facebook and in everything. And I just, want to let you know that I enjoy your show.
Wow.
And the topic. And that I'm glad that I can chime in on Facebook and be a part of it.
Wow. That's I wasn't expecting that. Those are the kind of calls I really like.
Well, I'm glad I can help your day.
Yeah, you really
a little
do.
Better.
My gosh, yes, because it's cold in here. My program director walked in, and I'm standing in front of him so he could maybe turn the heat up.
Well, you know what? It's colder outside.
It's colder outside.
Be grateful that you're someplace where the wind isn't blowing.
All right, I hear you. Well, it feels like outside in here. Oh,
They're going to pay their bills now.
Right, pay the bills, right? Absolutely. I really Trey, he's doing a wonderful job here. He's really, really taking good care of us, and I thank God for him. And your husband, I call you and your husband my favorite married couple. I do.
Yeah, you better stop that. You're going to start making people mad. People don't like when you do
that. They don't.
You just start singling people out, and then it's all over.
It's all over. You ain't call my name. You ain't call my name.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a part of a singles group on Facebook called where Singles Mingle, I think it's called.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody, Heather Cook, another wonderful friend of mine, who put on the post. She put a post that says, who in this group would y'all like to meet face to face? Okay, and then she dropped a few names, and I looked at her and said, she gonna get in trouble for that. Because there's about 200. I don't know how many people are in the group, so let's just make a number up. There's 200 people in the group, but she only dropped about 4 names.
Well, maybe that's all she wanted to
do. Exactly, and she knew she got in trouble with it, so she posted later and said, y'all, I'm sorry, I know I missed some names, y'all forgive me, but these are the people who she realized who had an impact in the group.
Right.
The most. And then others began to throw out other names. So we got our little balance. But you think about the person whose name never got called in that entire thread, and which further proves that we should stop calling people's names. But I will emphatically say that you and your husband is definitely one of my favorite married couples. I mean, when I see y'all online, y'all always look like you're in love, madly in love. You guys go out on dates and you talk these little cute little innuendos, and and it is so encouraging for those, not just those who are single, but those who are married as well, those who are struggling in their relationships. That's encouraging because we actually can see in today's world that there's a man and a woman who's married and who's in love with each other.
Right.
And y'all
and you need that, know. And it's not to say that our marriage is perfect and that we don't argue or fight. But you know what? That's not anything that I'm going to put out there for Facebook and the world to see. Why would I want you to see that?
Wow.
That's between him and I.
Yeah. I love that.
And God.
Wow. Yeah.
That we only want you to see. Yeah, you do. And being married 28 years and together 31 years.
Wow.
You don't be together with a person that long without going through anything.
That's true. Is true.
But the longevity proves that whatever it is you go through, that you are able to get through it. As long as God is the center of that marriage.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's it.
That's how we do it. It's like a roller coaster. You have your ups and downs. But as long as the love stays consistent and you stay in love with that person, it can work. A marriage takes 2 to work. One can't want it and the other not want it, and it works out.
Wow.
You both have to want it.
I love that. So it's all about one accordness.
Exactly.
And I believe, like in Acts 2, they all received the Holy Spirit because it says that they were all on one accord. And it fell on all of them, not just a couple.
That's right.
Everybody got hit with it.
That's right.
And that's wonderful. That unity is awesome. And I think that's how the whole Jericho's wall fell, because they all shouted at the same time. And so that's wonderful. For those of you who are listening who are married or struggling in your marriage, or who's looking for a mate, I think this is a wonderful testament of that today in 2014, there are people still out there who love God and love each other, and your marriage can work out.
Yes, it is. You may not like each other, but you love each other.
I love that. I'm
just kidding.
No. No, I love that, and I love your humor and your transparency. So thank you, Michelle, for calling me.
You're welcome, Walter, and thank you for doing such a wonderful job.
Yes, you're welcome. I'll continue now. Thanks.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
See ya. Michelle Thomas, a wonderful dear friend of Facebook. I went to high school with her husband, Milton, and we didn't see each other for many years. They hadn't seen each other for 30 years, and then bam, here we are. Y'all said you ain't seen each other in 30 years. How long you been out of high school, dude? Long time. Long time. Let's see. Bronia Scott. Says. Let's see. She had something. Oh, here's what's trending today. There was a possible evidence that a blackmail letter was sent to Dr. Martin Luther King by J. Edgar Hoover about his infidelity. Now, if that just hit the media waves, that news is extremely old, but probably is hitting now because maybe there's some new insight to it. It's the whole thing with Mr. Cosby, Bill Cosby, with this rape case. Okay, the women came forth years ago saying that they all was raped by him, and then it got hushed and went away, and then it came back again this week. For the past couple of weeks, they've been talking about him, raping a couple of ladies, and so here we go again. But with the thing with Martin Luther King, that's old news. In the 70s, we knew that J. Edgar Hoover had sent him. He had sent his cronies to spy on Martin Luther King. They had bugged his phones in the hotels, and apparently they said that he was sleeping around and cheating on his wife. And so what they did was they blackmailed him and told him if he stopped with all the civil rights stuff, they were going to send pictures and phone calls and what have you, prove that he was sleeping around, and send it to his wife, and they shut him down. Okay, well, apparently the people back then didn't care. They didn't give a rat's behind because John F. Kennedy was also known as being a womanizer. It is, people say that he was sleeping around with so-and-so. So history kind of, not just him, go all the way back to Franklin Delano Roosevelt, FDR. He was messing around also with his wife. But it was a different time back then. People were more secretive. They looked after each other. They didn't want anything to interrupt the movement, whatever the movement was at that time. Not saying that it was right, but it was something that we did back then. We protected each other, and the people knew, his close friends, if he was sleeping around, they knew he was sleeping around, and they just covered each other, and they kept the marching. And that's what's going on. The man is dead and gone now. Legacy is living on, and we really don't care about a blackmail letter from Edgar Hoover, because J. Edgar Hoover was the biggest hypocrite we had in government. It is known. They say that he was also a cross-dresser. He was living that homosexual lifestyle himself, living with a guy in his apartment, and on and on and on. So you guess you got to check the source. Okay. I'm going to take a little break. Been going at this for about an hour now. Voice needs some water or something. And we're going to get back to see what's trending today. What's trending this week, that is. This week on UBM Praise. This is the Sir Walter Jones Show.
Log on to urbanbroadcastmedia.com and check out the many services Urban Broadcast Media provides. Whether it's social media, video production, radio broadcasting, or audio recording, we got you covered. The following show is paid programming and does not necessarily express the views and opinions of Urban Broadcast Media and its subsidiaries.
Thank you for listening to UBM Praise.